Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Alex Builds. We're now going to be doing issue 91 of Eaglemoss's Build Your Own Back to the Future Delorean. So yeah, we're doing issue 91. So when this first came out, this is the issue everyone had trouble with, and yeah, everyone says this is one of the hardest issues to do in the Delorean build. Other than issue 48 and 91 are supposed to be the hardest of the whole entire build. So we'll try and tackle any problems we come across as we go through it. But yeah, let me show you the parts we get and what we're doing. Okay, so here are the parts we get. As you can see in there, we get an LED, some tape, some tabs, these bottom parts that sort of go underneath the car at the back, and some more engine looking parts in there. So let me show you exactly what we're doing. There is quite a lot to do in this video, so try and show you in great detail what I'm doing, and try and move the cameras around as we go. So let's start off with, we're going to be making the final parts that we're going to be doing for our engine. So we're going to be making the air filter first. Just be adding this part on top there, securing that with some BP screws. Then we can take this part here that we made last time, which is this piping part. We're going to connect that to that part. That's going to get pushed down onto there, and that's going to get secured with an AP screw from behind. Then we're just connecting those two parts together. As you can see, we're going to put some BP screws in there. Once we've done that, we can bring over the bottom half of the Delorean, and we're going to be securing this on top of the engine that we did. This is our air filter. It's just going to sit on top just there. This long pipe bit here, that is going to plug down there, and this little pipe is going to come over the top there. And we can secure that down with 3 IP screws on the top there, and this little pipe here is going to get plugged into that part there. I don't know what that is. It's like a post that's got like a distributor valve or something on there. But yeah, that's what we're doing anyway. Then we're going on to the wiring after that. So we're going to do some wire tidying first. We're going to tuck these parts under here. So we're going to have this wire here, the red and blue wire. We're going to be tucking that underneath, turning the car over, and then we're going to be getting a little tab. We're going to be securing that wire underneath with a tab. Doing exactly the same on the opposite side. So we're going to get the red and blue wire for that side, pull all the other wires out of the way. That one's, the red and blue one's going to get tucked underneath with a little tab and a KM screw. So by that point we should have all the wires like this. We've got to make sure they're all nice and tidy, just like this picture down here. So we're going to have 3 at the front here, a load coming out the side here, and then a couple at the front on each side here. So it then asks us to locate this little part on the upper part of the chassis at the front, which part with the only, should be the only light part that we've got coming out the top there. And we're going to take this LED cable that is given us in this issue. We're going to be feeding that through both sides. So we're going to have on the right hand side of the vehicle, we're going to have this LED coming out this little channel just here, feeding the cable across. That's going to get poked out the edge just there, and that leaves us with a little plug just there. We're going to tape both of those LEDs down on the outside of the car, just like so, and then one tape in the middle just like that. Then we need to bring over both parts of the car. So we've got the top half and the bottom half, and we're going to be connecting all the wires together. So the first thing we're going to do is feed this cable here through the top. That is the yellow and red wire. That's going to get poked through the back there. That's going to be the wire that's going to power our reactor drum. So that's going to get poked through there. Then it's just matching up the colours basically. So we're going to go with the white, red and white, orange and black, blue and yellow, black and green, orange and green. And that should be all them wires taped together, put together. Then we can put a little bit of tape on them just to tidy them up. And we're going to locate these wires at the back, just here. And there's a little hole just pretty much where the tail light is going to be. We're going to be poking these 3 wires through here. So you're going to want the black and white, the blue and green, and the red and green all going to be coming out this hole just here. And as we start to lower that down, we're going to be connecting some of these wires up. So we're going to connect these 2 up here. So the red and the blue get connected together, and the white and blue get connected together. These ones here we're also going to be connecting up, so we're going to want these poking out the front this side and these poking out the front that side. Then we can lower this part down, get it all connected up. So once we've done all that, we're still not done. We're going to be connecting the actual top and bottom half together. We're going to be securing that together, so we're going to need 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 RM screws to go in there. So we've got them going all in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it down there. Then we're going to take those little black panel parts that go at the back. They're going to go one each side, just like so. They're going to get attached with AP screws, and we've got to pull that wire through gently at the back there. And once we've done that, that is all we have to do in this issue. So yes, so once we've done that, that is the car in one big piece then. So then we can go ahead and we can actually start fitting the tail lights in the next one. So yeah, so there is a lot to do in this one, so I will try and take it step by step and try not to break them wing mirrors off when we're bringing the top half and lowering it onto the bottom half, and especially when we're connecting the wires up. We're going to have to watch that wing mirror as we go along. I will try and move the camera around. I've got my mobile phone already on a tripod, just so I can move that around the car as we're going, just to see if it gets a better angle for you. So yeah, hopefully you get to see everything that we do. So without further ado, let's get the parts open and start building. So starting off, we're going to use this part here first. This has got our DMC logo on the top. This is our air filter, so we're going to start making up our air filter first. So we're going to turn that over, and with the part with the two pegs here is the side we're going to be working on first. You're going to need this part here, which has got the two raised pegs on. You want the two raised pegs facing up the way, and as you can see, the screw holes are set off to one side, so you can only really put this on one way. That's going to go down like that. Then we want to put this on with two BP screws. Let's get these BP screws in. I've got my first one. I've got some heavy duty screwdrivers at the ready, just in case we need them for do the big screws, because them RM screws do look pretty big, so we might need a big screwdriver to fit that. So that is that part on the back there. Then bringing back the part that we had last time, we're going to need to locate this side here. That is what's going to get plugged into here. So we've got like a keyhole slot and a notch on that side, so that's going to get plugged into there. When we turn that over, we can fit an AP screw down the top just there. Right, let's get this AP screw in. I'm going to start off gentle, not really putting any pressure because I don't want to push it out the other end. So that's now bitten into that part, so now I can hold that part and secure that down. So there we are, nice and tight, just like that. So now we're going to match them two parts together. So you want to go on just like so. So you're going to want this pipe coming over the top like that, and this pipe coming out like that. So that's going to be like that to the DMC logo, if you can make that out. I'll try and show you on the side camera, might be a bit better. So you're going to want it something like that, with the pipe coming around here like this. So two more BP screws. So let's get this one in. And the second one. So far so good, but yeah, we've got a lot more to come. So yeah, we've got that part on. So now we just need to bring in the little pipe. That's going to plug in just on the end. Just there, there's a little nipple. We can connect them two together. So there we are. That is on there, just like that. So that's what you should have up until this point. So now we are going to need to bring in the lower half of the car. So I'm going to bring that in now. Okay, so we've got the bottom half of the car in now, and we're going to be fitting the air filter just on top here. So the parts we're going to be looking at is these three screw holes just here. These black pipes do want to go underneath the air filter, and then just down here, I'll try and show you that down here. You can probably just make that out just there. There's a little hole. That's the hole we're going to be plugging the white pipe into. So let me try and get this in now. So all we want to do is we want it this way around. We're going to lower that down. Try to get the pipe in first, and then we can go from there. So let's go down. That plugged in quite easily actually, and then we can line that up just there. And then we're going to have our three screw holes just there, and we're going to be putting IP screws in those three holes here. This pipe should be just hanging over the edge just here. So I'm going to put the first IP screw in just here. And then we can go around and fit the rest. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't give us this air filter a lot earlier. I think they could have done. I don't see any reason why they couldn't have given this when we actually worked on the engine. But yeah, that's that there. And we can take this pipe part. That's going to get curled round and plugged into the nipple just on the top here. So we can turn that round. We can plug that in just like that. Okay, so it's wire tidying time now, and we're going to have all of these three wires here. So mine are labelled up 11, 10 and 9. We've got a green and blue, a red and green, and a black and white. We don't want them ones, we want this one that's red and blue, labelled up number 23. That's going to get pushed down. There's a little notch just on the corner here. Make sure it goes over that corner, and we're going to be securing that underneath with a tab. And then this side here, there's also a little notch. We're going to be connecting that wire up there as well. So I'm going to flip the car over, and we're going to get them two cables secured down with a tab. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is this side here. Make sure that cable's in the notch. Put our tab on, and then we're going to want to secure that in there with a KM screw. So I'm just going to grab that, get that one on. Screws just come off my screwdriver. That screw looks way too small for that, so I'm going to turn that round because I might have the screw in the wrong hole. So let's hit the screw back on. You want it that way around, so the screw goes towards the side of the car and the peg goes to the other side. So let's make sure that is in the hole, and then secure that all the way down nice and tight, just like that. So we're going to be doing exactly the same on this side. So we're going to pull in our cable, place our tab down over the top, and then our KM screw is going to go in that hole just there. There we go, nice and tight, and that cable's going to be secured out of the way now. Now we can turn this back over, and we just got to do some wire tidying. So we've got to make sure all of these cables are coming out the back here, which they are. Got a decent length on all of them, which is good. The cables at the front, make sure they can come out just like so and like so, and the cables at the side down here, we're going to tidy them up so they're going to come out like that. This one here, the yellow and the orange one, that's going to be be trained over here. Everything else is coming down this way. So now we need to bring in the upper part of the car, so I'm going to move this to the side for a moment and bring in the upper part. Okay, so I've now brought the upper part of the car in. I've got it upside down, I've got it on my builder's cushion so that doesn't scratch. So we're going to need this LED that's marked up number 19. We're going to need the end with the LED and the little plug socket on the end to be the side with the plug socket. The side with just the LED is going the opposite end. So let's get this one in first. This is going to feed through here and come out the side just there, just like that. Exactly the same on the opposite side. This is going to get fed through there and hopefully poke out the side, which it does. So we can grab that just like that. Now we can take some of this black tape that they gave us, which is this here. We've got 4 strips on here. We're going to take one of these and put one of these over each LED on each side. Let's get the first one down. Just stick that there, just like that. Do exactly the same on the other side. Again, turning our LED towards facing the front of the car, and our tape goes over the top of that. And it wants a little section of tape just to hold this wire down. So we're going to put that, train that round there, and then we can put some of this down. So let's get that. We'll try and get it sort of in the middle. Just there. There's enough slack on both ends, so that's not pulling too tight. So pull that one through just a bit more. Okay, so you don't want it too tight on either end. So about there is about perfect. So now we're going to bring in the bottom half of the car, and we're going to connect up all of these wires from the top here. We're going to connect all of them up. So we're going to need this on its side, so do be careful of your wing mirrors. Try and use something to prop it up, like an old park wax tub or something, and try and have it propped up. Okay, so we're now at the rear of the car. This is the roof of the car, and these are all the cables for the roof, coming down from the roof. These are all the cables down here that we've got to connect them to. So we're going to move this one out of the way, number 21. We don't need that one. So we're going to move that one out of the way, and we're going to connect every wire up. So all you've got to do is basically match all the colours. So I'm going to go ahead and try and do that. I'll try and capture it all on film. I'll try and read out the actual colours of the cables as well as I'm going. Let's just move this car just a touch forward a little. There we are. So number 4 is red and black, so we're going to connect them two together. Just like so. Number 13 is black and green. That's just at the back, just here. So we're going to connect that one together. Just like that. Number 20 is green and orange, which is here. So the colours are matching up, and so are the numbers. So that's good so far. That's right the way down, just down here. That little plug there, so I'm going to plug them two together. Just like so. The all white cable, which is number 1, is right the way down here. So let's bring that one up. Get this one connected as well. There we are. The all orange cable is number 3. That leaves us with the number 2, which is white and orange. Let's plug them two together. Now we are. Now I believe that is all of them apart from number 7, which is black and yellow. So I need to try and find that one. There it is, just hiding down there, just in the centre. Let's bring that one over. Plug these two together. Okay, so that's all the numbers and all the colours all matched up. Now we're just going to tidy up all of these cables here. We're going to take the last bit of black tape just here. We're going to grab all these wires, and yeah, we're going to connect them all together just so it grabs it. They're not very generous on the length of the tape, mind you. But there we are. That's them all tidied up there. So that's everything connected apart from this one, which is the yellow and orange, number 21. We don't want that one connected up because that's going to get pushed through the back here. Okay, so I'm just using my phone camera just to show you what we've done so far. So all of the wires are connected up just there, and we've got them coming up here. So this one here is going to get fed through a little hole at the back just here. There's a little hole just down there. I'll try and poke with my screwdriver so you might be able to see it. There's a little hole just there. You will see it if you're building it, just there. That's going in there. These 3 cables here are going to get pegged through here. There's a little hole where the headlight would, where the tail light would be. Coming down the front, these wires here, number 9 and 19, or the white and blue, or the blue and red, they're going to get plugged into the corresponding ones up here. These 2 wires down here are also going to get fed through where the headlight would come through, just here. Okay, so now comes the part where we're going to flip these 2 together. We're going to make sure we get these cables through. I've already fed through the orange and yellow cable through the little hole at the side. I will show you that in a second. But yeah, let's start lowering this across. So we want to bring that across, making sure the seat belt is out of the way, because you don't want to get that seat belt trapped. So I'm just going to bring mine over. I may actually tape that to the inside with some masking tape, just so that doesn't get in the way, because that I can see them being a problem. That's one, and get the other one out of the way. Right, okay, so now let's get these over here. So let's bring that car over, just like so. We're going to feed these cables through the back first. That's going to be the hardest part, I believe. Let's try not to unplug anything while we do it. Just bring them through. I'm going to poke them out the edge. Just like that. And we lower this down now. We shouldn't have much of a problem. There we are. So now make sure these cables come through here. We've got the 3 cables out there, but this little one up here, we can pull that through, just like that. Now we're at the front of the car. We're just going to want to lift the front of the car ever so slightly. Don't want to lift it right the way up. Just like that. These 2 wires are going to get poked through the hole at the front. Let's feed them through. Number 21. Grab that with some tweezers. There we are. That's them 2 through. Now we've just got to connect these 2 this side. So number 9. That one. Now the next one. There we are. Tuck them back in. Make sure they're not going to get caught on anything. And then we can lower the front down. Knowing that that should be in place now. Right, so I think everything is all lined up as it should be, I believe. So now I'm going to flip the car over and we can go back to the top cam to show you where all the screws are going. Right, so we've got this flip back over, and yeah, that wasn't too easy to do and get it all in, but we got it in. So we're going to start in the centre here first. We're going to need to squeeze these down. Maybe it will get them down. We're using a big heavy duty screwdriver they supplied us with ages ago. Apply some pressure there. Start screwing this down. This is the first one, and as of yet no wing mirrors broken off, so fingers crossed. So go over the opposite side just here. There we are. Down this side. Hopefully this will put it all down square. One over this side. There we are, that's them 4 in, 2 at the front, just here. I'm going to go just here first. These screws do feel really nice actually. These are probably the best screws that have been supplied with this build, which it needed to be. That's that. 2 at the back. They're going just behind here where the bumper section is. There's 2 holes. There's only 2 holes there. That one, and the next one. There we are. So that is that on there. So the only thing left to do is put these little wing parts on. They're going to go near the back. There they are there. We've got 2 of them to put on. So there's one for each side. So this one's going to go on this side here. Now we're going to use a couple of AP screws to secure that on. First one, so that's lining up properly. I'm going to get the second one in before I tighten them up. There we are. Tighten this one down. Now I've got to do exactly the same on the opposite side. Just swing that round just a bit. This one is going just on there. And an AP screw again in each of the holes. First one, let's get the second one in. Yeah, that's definitely popping out of there. It needs to get tucked into the wing here, so I'll probably sort that out. Maybe my wing's bent a little, but I'm just going to tuck that in there just for now, and then lower that down nice and tight so that hopefully that'll hold it in. Yeah, that's not too bad now. So now let's turn the car over and have a look at what we've got. So there we are. That is this issue complete. So we should have the 3 wires at the back here, this little orange cable through here. We need to pull that through gently as we can, roughly about there, which is good. Everything looks as it should. Hood's tied down, so I'm just going to open the door and release my seat belts, because I taped them to the ceiling. That's that one. There's one the other side. So now I'm just going to test and see if all the electrics are working that should be working. Okay, so I've got you on mobile cam. As you can see, I've got a power mod installed. So we're going to be looking through here. So as we open the doors, the door lights should come on. You might just make them out. So let's open the door. So there's the door light. 1, 2, and 3. In there we have a red light and a green light on the go. I don't know if I can get that on camera shot. Actually, I'll try. There we are, red and green light. Now I'll try and turn everything on. Okay, so I've got my Modern Mods 1 to 6 switch installed. I'm just going to press the all on button for now. We'll go properly through the electrics in a few issues time when we've got the front and rear lights on. If you press this, what should happen is the time circuit should come on, the roof light should come on, and the plutonium gauge should come on as well, and also the flux bands as well. So let's press that. So as you can see, I'll turn the light off at the top, bring you in. So in there we've got our lights on, time circuits on, plutonium gauge on, a roof light on, flux bands for the top working, and flux band for this side working, and for that side there working. So far so good. Yeah, really happy with that so far. Okay, so there you are. That is issue 91 complete, and yeah, that was a bit of a challenge, that one. It was more time consuming when you're lowering the top half down onto the bottom half, trying to line everything up, hold the top half, feed cables through, making sure cables don't snag everywhere, and trying to connect cables together at the front and everything whilst holding the top. So you've got to pretty much do it all one-handed. It isn't easy, so it would have been better if you've got 2 people, one holding the top and lowering it down while the other one plugs everything and pokes everything through. That would be my advice, is do it with 2 people just to help lower it down. So all the electrics work. I didn't break anything, so that's the one thing I was worried about, was breaking off the wing mirrors as I flipped it over and back while I was connecting the cables. Didn't break anything, so I'm happy. All the electrics work, so let's just show you them on. So this one here, put that on, grab my little remote, press. I'm just going to press all on. As you can see, you might just be able to make out the blue on the flux bands here and at the top there, and the lights are on the inside as well. So yeah, Really happy with that. It's looking really nice. So coming up over the next few issues, we are going to be adding the tail lights and the headlights to the car. So the next one is put the tail lights and everything on. I'm also going to do the headlights in a couple of issues time as well, and they're going to get all added to the car. Then we can go on and we do the Mike Lane vinyl set 3, so we can get that all put on as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please remember to leave a like down below, and if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye bye.